The Qur'an tells us that entire nations of Earth's past were destroyed so completely that nothing remains but a memory, or at best some faint ancient traces. But what if some of those stories echo something much older, not just lost civilizations, but lost worlds? 66 million years ago, Earth experienced one of the most sudden and devastating events in its history, the End-Cretaceous mass extinction. A massive asteroid struck the planet, wiping out the dinosaurs and nearly 75% of all species. The immediate impact released more energy than billions of nuclear bombs. A shock wave, a blast, rippled across the planet. Earthquakes, tsunamis, vaporization near the impact. Over time, the atmosphere superheated, turning the sky itself into a source of destruction. As debris fell back to Earth, it created a global thermal wave, igniting fires across entire continents. Hurricane-strength winds, acid rain, months of darkness. In over a dozen places, the Qur'an links together the destruction of the people of Ad and Thamud. In Surah Al-Haqqa, the Qur'an says, كَذَّبَتْ ثَمُودُ وَعَادٌ بِالْقَارِعَةِ. Both Thamud and Ad denied the striking disaster. Then it describes the destruction with striking imagery. فَأَمَّا ثَمُودُ فَأَهْلَكُوا بِالطَّاغِيَةِ وَأَمَّا عَادٌ فَأَهْلَكُوا بِالرِّيحٍ صَرْصَرٍ عَاتِيَةٍ. And as for Thamud, they were destroyed by the overpowering blast. And as for Ad, they were destroyed by a furious, bitter wind. A blast and a destructive wind force moving through the air. In an asteroid impact, you would see both of those. First, the blast, a supersonic pressure wave that flattens everything in its path. Then a searing wind, a global wave of heat moving across the atmosphere. Not an ordinary storm, but a force that travels across the Earth itself. Our atmosphere protects us from countless objects every day. But in the case of the End-Cretaceous mass extinction, something large enough passed through that protection, and the result was global destruction from above. In Surah Fussilat, right after the Qur'an describes how the lowest sky, our atmosphere, was adorned with light and designed to serve as vital protection, وَزَيَّنَّا السَّمَاءَ الدُّنْيَا بِمَصَابِيحَ وَحِفْظًا. We adorned the lowest sky with lights and protection. The very next verse delivers a chilling warning. It tells humanity that if they turn away, they risk a punishment like the blast that befell Ad and Thamud. Think about the cosmic irony. The very shield that protects life every day from the vacuum of space can, under the right conditions, become the engine of species destruction. When that asteroid pierced the atmosphere 66 million years ago, the sky didn't protect life. It superheated the asteroid. We may not have the archaeological maps for exactly where Ad and Thamud walked, but if their story is a metaphor for the End-Cretaceous mass extinction, geology has given us a map of what their destruction looked like on a global scale. A supersonic blast that flattens continents, then a searing toxic wind that alters the climate in an instant. The Quranic accounts of these lost nations might not just be distant poetic allegories. They may be terrifyingly precise descriptions of geophysical realities. Science shows us that the forces capable of resetting life on Earth are not just safely buried in the prehistoric past. They are suspended right above our heads. The thin blue line of our atmosphere is all that stands between us and the fate of Ad and Thamud if we don't take heed. Allahu Akbar.